Hello everybody, my name is Joshua Fernandez and I present to you Realms. I will play the cutscene and kind of give a brief backstory as to the game. So in general, this game takes place in a universe where there is the Die of Chaos. This is a powerful energy source that calculates random events throughout the primordial realms. In this universe, you take the role of Fortuna, who is the guardian of this Die of Chaos. Unfortunately, tragedy struck her as her former master was struck down by a parasite that has possessed a child. With this type of evil in the universe, it has made its own little parasites that has spread spawns throughout the realms. And now it is up to Fortuna, who has this task thrusted upon her despite being a trainee, and she must use the die in order to save the realms from being destroyed by anything and everything this parasite spawns. And with that in mind, let us begin. So let's go over the basic abilities real quick. Fortuna can run, she can double jump, and she can even dash. If you look in the upper left corner, there is a meter that can measure her dash. I cannot use it unless it is filled to the brim. And let's go over one of her main primary functions, which is the Guardian Gun. If you notice, every time I shoot it, it randomly generates a different number. This is due to the fact that the die calculates a number 1 through 20, and that number will affect the damage output as well as the usefulness of your abilities. And speaking of which, the abilities are in the lower left corner by all these different icons, and the pink bars are the usage abilities, or the usage points for the abilities. And the abilities are as follows: Remediation, Perception, Survival, Performance. Let's go over them real quick. So Remediation is basically the interaction for the environment. This can work on objects, unlockables, or environmental hazards. In this case, this is a little history check that we can do. If we roll high, then we will unlock all the history and lore of this world. If not, then we don't know anything. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a shot. I rolled a 12, which means I get everything unlocked. The gravity is weak, Earth has been pummeled by asteroids, all that good stuff. So this means that the die is the player is very dependent on the die for a myriad of different things. If I want to unlock this chest, I gotta roll a high number. As you can see, I rolled a lower number, didn't open the first time, that's fine. We can roll it again, but a few times after that, it's not gonna work out. Alright. Now, with that in mind, let's go inside the temple and demonstrate some of these abilities more. Now, for example, this is a little trap right here, so let's try to see if we can disarm it real quick. And because of that, we managed to successfully trap it. This will activate the sandstorm, because this is what would happen if we didn't do it. There we go. So now the second ability I want to demonstrate is Perception. This will allow you to see enemies and objects through walls. Let's give it a shot real quick. As you can see, the enemies and objects are highlighted. So let's try to go in for the kill real quick. We got a critical hit on the bunny leech. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that although they are weak by themselves, they are a great force to be reckoned with in higher numbers. If one gets on you, it will stay to you until you dash away. There is no other way to get them off you other than killing them. Not doing much damage. Let's try to see if we can use this environmental hazard to our advantage. And it worked. So now because of that, we can try to open this door. Oh, that's alright. Let's try again. And we can go through. But before that, let's explore a little bit. Let's see. Oh, what's this? We found something. If we press tab, we will open up our crystal menu, and this will allow us to collect different power-ups along our journey. +1, +2, charge crystal to charge this faster, a shield to protect Fortuna, or the fountain crystal, which will guarantee that your next roll is a 20, no matter what. We will save that for a later date. So let's go up here, and let's fight the second enemy, the kitty anglerfish. This is much more powerful than the standard bunny leech, only this time they are a lot more aggressive than the bunny leeches. Let's see. So now we also need to perform better. Let's demonstrate our fourth ability, performance. Let's see what we can conjure up. Now the thing about performance is that it's a myriad of different special buffs that you can do. I think in this case, my dash cooldown has been reduced dramatically, but because we are jumping most of the time, the abilities aren't really going to cut it for now. So we will do standard platforming. Now because we have low charges, I want to go on the easier route, right? Because I already used up all of them and there's a chance that I might not be able to get back lost time. So here we are in another room. Here are a lot more enemies and we have a lot more traps to deal with. Let's try to see if we can use this to our advantage. Managed to damage the kitty anglerfish a little bit. Let's try to go for the bunny leech. There we go. Oh, one more thing I should mention is that the third ability, survival, it has two different uses. If you use it on enemies, you can stun them in place and go in for the kill. Like so. Now, if you were to use this on objects, that's a different story. Let's see. If you were to use this on objects, that's a different story. It will either duplicate them or re-roll them. Like so. As you can see right there, that is a special debuff that happens whenever you roll a 1, whenever you use your abilities. Not only will it use up a charge, but nothing will happen, so you got to be careful with that. Let's try again. Let's try again. There we go. It just duplicated more recharge pickups. Let's try to see if we can do it again. And it happened even more. So now we have the final boss. And before we go in here, where is he? There he is. I want to use that power up that we got earlier. There we go. Now, let's go. So the first thing I want to do is try to use this crystal to damage him, and we got some good damage in. So now we got to move around the ring a little bit. Let's try to go in for even more damage. And that didn't do so much, but that's okay. Let's keep on shooting him and shooting him and shooting him. And he's just kind of chilling right now. But that's alright. Let's do a performance boost. Let's get 2 in real quick. And let's use it to finish him off. And there we go. The primordial realm has been saved. There's a lore item right here. And you would be able to go to the next realm after it has been purified like so. So, the goal of this game is to kind of combine the in-depth free-form customization of a tabletop RPG and combine that with the fast frenetic nature of a first-person shooter. And with that in mind, thank you for watching and we hope you enjoyed.